Happy Tuesday, everyone. Yes, Tuesday, and another episode of Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast. I am your host, Jay Victor, and welcome to, this beautiful Tuesday, November the 26th. Why am I recording on a Tuesday? More on that later, but this will be the thing going forward. I appreciate you joining me. Phone lines are open. sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com with any tips, tricks, suggestions, big wins, any words of encouragement, words of disgrace, any words at all. Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for joining me today. It's sweepstakes season. We are in the thick of it. We're almost at the end of what's been, weather-wise in New England, a beautiful November. We just started to get some rain after not having any for, it seems like, at least 2 months. Very dry, but we've gotten some rain, and it's beautiful outside. The weather's great. Even at night, it gets chilly, but it's not this frigid, bone-jarring cold. And hopefully that carries through, at least through Thanksgiving. And if I don't hear from you, I hope the best for you and yours on this lovely Thanksgiving week coming up. So much to go over. And obviously, as I mentioned, we're in the best part of sweepstakes season. We're going into December, which means a lot of things. And if you follow Carolyn Willman, the contest queen, she said it best, as she usually does. There are going to be so many sweepstakes. You may not be able to keep up, but I certainly wish you the best in doing so. Our top 5 for this week is going to show exactly how great the sweepstakes are. And for my money, this is going to be one of the best top 5s that I've recorded this year. Well, considering the podcast has only been going on since September, that's not saying much, but I promise you it's going to be a good one. So, nice top 5 coming up. Got some maybe words of encouragement for Panera Bread and the contest that they are running. But before we get into any of that, it is another wrap up after Monday Night Football last night. Another wrap-up of my fantasy week, but more importantly for you, the listener, and those who aren't into fantasy football, but maybe into football sweepstakes. Yes, the TCL Season of More giveaway. What happened last Thursday? You know what? That's what I would like to know. And I called it, and the way I explained it even to my cousin, if we do a little replay of last week, it was the Steelers versus the Browns, the TCL Season of More sweepstakes, as we've mentioned before. They try to give away TVs every week, but there's an event that has to occur during typically Thursday Night Football. It'll be a little different this week because of Thanksgiving, but there's an event that has to happen, last week's event. For all of us in the sweepstakes game, unfortunately, was 75 or more points total scored by both teams, the Steelers and the Browns. And you figure, football, they get 6 points for a touchdown plus almost a guaranteed extra point. It's going to be 7 points a score. Should be no problem. Well, yeah, that's a problem. If you think of it this way, even if there's a really high scoring game and it comes down to the wire, and let's say it were even to go into overtime, and at the end of the fourth quarter, the Steelers and Browns are tied 35-35, which is a ton of points to score during a game, you're still 5 points short of that 75. So even if that game went into overtime, you would need at least a touchdown to make that happen. But what happens in overtime if one team, beats another team back and, doesn't let them score a touchdown? In many cases, those games end in field goals, even with the new rules of the other team getting possession of the ball. So without further ado, no, we did not get any TVs given away for the Steelers and Browns game. This week, for the TCL Season of More sweepstakes, we have my own Las Vegas Raiders going against Taylor Swift's Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs have only lost one game. The Raiders have barely won 2 games. Not a great season for us Raiders fans, but we keep going. Last time we were in the Super Bowl, I believe, was 2001, so it's been about 23 years, and it's been tough. But, we have Thanksgiving this week on a Thursday, so they will have their own slate of Thursday games that have nothing to do with this sweep. However, a little change of plans. The 29th of November, the Raiders versus the Chiefs on the very rare Friday night football. Yes, folks. It's a big one if they can make it happen. So if anyone's going to make it happen, it's probably going to be Chris Jones from the Chiefs or my guy, Max Crosby from the Raiders. We are looking for 4 or more sacks by one player. And we've said in weeks prior, this is going to be tough. This might happen. This may happen. Well, whether or not it's going to happen. And honestly, I think if anyone can do it, and if Patrick Mahomes has an off night and can't get away from Max Crosby, and Max Crosby sacks him 4 times, you guys are looking at TCL giving away their 98-inch QM 851G television with a retail value just under $4,000. They have it listed as $3,999.99. We'll call it a $4,000 TV. That's 98 inches. Guys, they're not giving away 10 or 13 or 15 or 20 or 34 like they have for the other contests. If there's one player who gets 4 or more sacks during that Raiders and Chiefs game, they are giving away 251 98-inch TVs. And if you do the math, that is, well, you know what? I will do the math because I don't want to catch myself off guard here. I think I did this math about 2 months ago, and this should be well over $1 million. So if we take $4,000 times 251. I don't want to do addition. We want to multiply 251. $1,004,000. So there is a lot on the line. I will be watching that game intently because it is the Raiders. Before the Bills beat the Chiefs last week, the last loss the Raiders had, the last loss the Chiefs had, were to, guess who? The Raiders last year. So go Las Vegas, beat those Chiefs, and good luck to everybody. I hope somebody from one of these teams gets 4 sacks because if you don't enter a lot of weekly or daily sweepstakes, this is going to be the one to enter to take a chance. Again, 251 TVs, 98 inches, absolutely massive TVs. Good luck to everybody who enters that one. So I will get off my soapbox about my football team, and we will move on to another top 5. And I had already mentioned this is an absolutely amazing top 5 with a ton of prizes, and 2 in particular, the 1 and 2 spot was pretty tough for me to make a judgment call, but I did what I had to do. Coming in at number 5, and this is going to be for us New England folks. I stuttered there because I was going to do my accent of the gentleman who is on the commercial for Jordan's Furniture, located in Long Wharf. No, Jordan's Furniture Enchanted Giveaway Sweepstakes. Unfortunately, for a lot of my listeners out there, this is going to be a limited state sweepstakes. So, single entry, one and done, $10,000 gift card to Jordan's Furniture. And I will say personally, this one, it made my list because the 2 times that we've gone to Jordan's Furniture and made, it's 3 times now. We went twice to the one down in New Haven, and then we made another big purchase last year at the one at West Farms Mall in Connecticut. But a single entry, one and done, $10,000 to Jordan's to buy $10,000 worth of furniture. Eligibility for this contest will be limited to Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, or Vermont, and be in the delivery area of a Jordan's Furniture store. As I have been doing, I will post the web address to this contest in the notes. So however you're listening to this podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, Audible, Amazon, YouTube, you should have a link in the notes to which you could then click the official rules and see if you happen to be in that delivery area. That comes in at number 5. I could definitely use 10 grand of furniture, and I wouldn't want to get it any other place than Jordan's because that is my spot. Coming in at number 4, Samsung and the Samsung Holiday e-certificate sweepstakes. It seems like they do this one quarterly, and they don't pull any punches. Samsung, obviously a great brand. Single entry, one and done sweepstakes. Actually, let's take a timeout. Flip back to Jordan's Furniture. That one runs November 6th through January 1st. I didn't give the dates. Apologies for that. But back to Samsung. Single entry, one and done, October 28th through December 15th. $5,000 Samsung e-certificate redeemable on Samsung.com. That is your grand prize. Your first prize is a $1,000 e-certificate. 5 second prizes will get a $500 e-certificate, and then 10 third prize winners are going to receive $100 in Samsung e-certificates that you could use on Samsung.com. Doesn't get easier than that, folks. One and done. Put your name in, and maybe you can get something nice from Samsung.com. Number 4 on this week's top 5. Number 3, and this one I just came across today. Another one of my favorites. One and done. It runs through November 22nd through December 21st. And it's open to all of our friends in the 50 United States, including DC, who are ages 18 and older. That also applies to the Samsung sweepstakes that I just mentioned. Open to everybody in the 50 US, including DC, 18 and older. This one is through Blenders. It's the $24,000 Black Friday sweepstakes. Simple enough. They're going to award one grand prize winner $24,000 in cash through Blenders Eyewear. So it's open to pretty much everybody in the U.S. November 22nd through December 21st. So you got 1 month to enter that contest, or just short of a month now, because we are on the 26th. And it's a one and done, so very easy. Drop your name in there. Got a chance for $24,000. And now, for the end of our top 5, it came down to number 1 and 2. And this was a tough decision. But number 2 goes to the iHeartRadio 2024 Granting Your Christmas Wish Contest. Now, it is a one and done. It runs from the 25th of this month through the 13th of next month. So short entry period, less than a month. Open to all of our friends in the 50 United States, including DC, ages 18 and older, 19 years of age in Nebraska and Alabama, please. It's an iHeart contest. It's a one and done. They are going to grant your Christmas wish up to $5,000, but not less than $1,000. It is judged. So they are going to judge this on an even scale, 25% each on creativity, sincerity, necessity, and persuasiveness using emotion for the essay that you write. They will have up to, and this is what made it an easy pick for the top 5, but up to 165 grand prize winners. So if you max out 165 in the 5,000, if they max everyone out, they are giving away for this contest just over $800,000, which is amazing. Now, a lot of people may not feel the essay portion of it. You know what? Put your Christmas wish in. Just write it like you're writing a text message to a friend and smash that send button, because the worst that's going to happen, like the majority of sweepstakes contests, is that you're not going to win. But guess what? If you win, you are going to be definitely happy. I have already submitted my essay to that contest. So from me to iHeart, a big thank you, because I wish more sweepstakes were like this, where, you know, they're not giving away $250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million. They're taking a pool of $800,000 and they're breaking it up to 165 grand prize winners. So that can help a lot of people. So shout out to iHeart for a great contest. You guys made it to number 2 on this week's top 5. And number 1, and I had to make this number 1, and one of the reasons that it looks like I'll permanently be moving the recording of the podcast to Tuesday, and I mentioned this in a podcast before, T-Mobile Tuesdays. I was always recording on Monday, and maybe didn't scroll back far enough, or, give them the attention they deserve for running their sweepstakes consistently week after week after week after week. And to be honest, I was just real tired yesterday. I really wanted to watch the Chargers and Ravens game because one of my fantasy teams, their butt was on the line yesterday with that game. So I want to be completely focused. But other than that, I want every week to see what T-Mobile comes out with in the mornings, because I want to give them a shot at being on the top 5, because they deserve it. They do contests every single week. They open it up to, obviously, their subscribers through the T-Mobile Tuesdays app, but also they open it up and give you the same chance if you're a non-subscriber through their alternative method of entry link that you could always find online. And I had no idea they were going to come out with this contest, but as it happened, I pushed my recording off one day, and I'm glad I did, because for today's contest, and I found this on a couple of sweepstakes aggregate websites, and there was a little bit of conflicting information. So, as I always do, I'm always going to default to the official rules, which, if you didn't know by now, is the name of this podcast you're listening to. Just kidding. So, section number 6, under prizes and odds of winning, if I'm reading this correctly. One website had this listed as just having one grand prize. Well, if I'm reading their official rules, this is broken down into kind of 2 sections. So for this week's T-Mobile Tuesday, going by the official rules, they show 5 grand prizes, and I will read this verbatim. Each winner of a grand prize, subject to verification, will receive a prize consisting of a check for $100,000 plus an additional $42,857.14 that winner can use toward taxes or in their sole discretion. Total prize retail value, $142,857.14. So the way I'm reading that, they're going to give away 5 of those. The winner or their parent/legal guardian, if they are a minor, will receive a DocuSign notification containing prize claim documents, one of my favorite emails out there with DocuSigns. Must be completed and returned within 5 business days of receipt. Once verified as a winner, the check will be sent to the winner in 4 to 6 weeks at the address provided in the prize claim documents. So, T-Mobile, as usual, outdoes themselves. Super easy to enter every week. Fill out the form online. They're always a one and done, so you enter once. It's not a daily because they have a new contest every single week. 5 grand prizes of $142,857.14. Not only do they give you a chance to win 100 grand, they say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay your taxes for you. So they give you an additional set of funds to offset the entire amount, which I assume by their mathematics, you're going to end up with $100,000 clean after taxes. So that is why this is ending up in the first spot in my top 5 for this week. But it still gets better. Because if 5 grand prizes of $100,000 plus a tax offset were not enough, they also have 1,000 first prizes. Each winner of a first prize, subject to verification, will receive a prize consisting of a $500 Amazon e-gift card from Tango Cards, subject to Amazon e-gift card terms and conditions found at Amazon.com. They will receive it via email in approximately 2 weeks. Retail value $500. 1,000 people. So you got the 5 grand prizes of 100,000 plus a huge tax offset check. If you happen not to be lucky enough to get one of those, whether or not you're a T-Mobile subscriber, you will get, which comes in under the threshold for 1099 reporting for T-Mobile, so smart on them, a $500 Amazon gift card just in time for the holidays. 1,000 people. So if you usually don't enter these, or if you've never heard of it, or you enter in once in a while, trust me, this is going to be the week that you want to enter T-Mobile Tuesdays weekly contest. Total retail value for all prizes listed, $1,214,285, and let's not forget the 70 cents. Holy cow. T-Mobile, you've outdone yourself. And folks, that is the perfect way to end Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast for this week. I'm your host, Jay Victor. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next time.
This has been a Father and Son production.
And just so I don't have to edit this, Panera Bread, when you do a contest, don't give out a coupon that says buy one item, get your next one for $5. I mean, that's worse than a coupon. That's just saying, hey, we did a contest to drive business in. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.